I'm about to do your very end of August 2021 Aries love reading, and in this reading we're going to take a behind the scenes peek at your romantic person of interest. Aries, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Aries love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking the bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Aries tarot reading for you. Now let's get on with this Aries love reading for today, because today we're going to take a behind the scenes peek at your romantic person of interest, see what's going on with them, see if there's anything that your attention or your awareness might need to be brought to about this person. That way you're best capable of navigating the situation you're finding yourself in with this person that you're romantically connected to. Now keep in mind, as always, that this is not a personal reading. This is a general reading, which means I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I were doing a personal reading for you. I'm tapping into the collective energy of the group of Aries people that I'm supposed to be getting messages for, which really just means that it's not even possible for this reading to resonate with every single Aries on the planet all at the same time, because I'm not reading for every Aries on the planet. I'm reading for my specific group of Aries people that I'm responsible for getting messages for. Now, it's also important to keep in mind in general readings like this, energies can and do get flipped around backwards from time to time, especially for cross watchers. So if you're not an Aries and you're just watching this reading because you're interested in an Aries and you want to know what's going on with them, I'm cool with that. Just keep in mind that especially for cross watchers, energies are pretty prone to get flipped around backwards from time to time. I just got the devil jump out, so try not to get too obsessed about it if you can. Now, regardless of how this reading resonates for you, you still probably want to check the videos for your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign, just because they can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and you can find the links to those videos in the description down below. But enough yakking, let's get on with this Aries love reading here for the very end of August 2021, and let's start by getting 5 cards for what's going on with Aries romantic person of interest here at the very end of August. What does Aries need to be aware of or put their attention on as it relates to this person they're romantically connected to? Okay, let's get 2 more for what's going on with Aries romantic person of interest here at the end of August 2021, please. Okay, got it. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the 3 of Swords. Now, the 3 of Swords is Libra energy. It represents heartbreak and sadness, a lot of times from a third-party energy. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean romantic third party. It doesn't always mean that your person's cheating on you or you're cheating on them or whatever. This third energy can literally be any energy that's not you, that's not your person. It can be working too much, going to school, playing too many video games, partying too much. Literally anything that we human beings do enough of will create its own energy. So this is just representing some heartbreaking situation that's going on between the two of you, some devastating loss for your person that's got them in this heartbreak type energy. Possibly about a decision here. This Judgment card has a couple of meanings. It can represent a final decision, as in like passing your own final verdict and judgment on something, or this can represent resurrection, as in calling something back from the grave, bringing it back to life and transforming something in a way that it's never going to be the same again. So we got some sort of heartbreaking loss either around a decision, or there's some heartbreak and sadness going on for your person and they're wanting to resurrect a connection with you. Either way that goes, depending on how it resonates, we've got the Knight of Coins next. Now, the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight in the deck. It's this very slow forward moving energy. It's slow, methodical, like 1 foot in front of the other, 1 step at a time. It's about not being in a hurry, not being in a rush. It's a perfectionist kind of an energy that takes things slow and doesn't skip steps. And that's the good thing about the Knight of Coins. It's someone who is not skipping steps, not rushing through things, making all kinds of mistakes because they're in a hurry. The bad thing about the Knight of Coins is it's so damn slow that sometimes it seems like progress isn't happening. So this could be telling me that there was some sort of a heartbreaking situation either around a decision, or your person is heartbroken because they're trying to resurrect something with you and it's going a little bit too slow for their taste. I think that's the case here. We've got Justice next, which is the Libra Major Arcana card. It's the most powerful card of balance in the tarot deck. This is about doing the right thing, the fair thing, the just thing. The sword that's in this card is used to sever things that aren't in balance, so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. So something happened here. There was some sort of an ending, it looks like, for this person. They're heartbroken, they're trying to balance it out, but things aren't going quickly enough for their taste. That's the overall energy of the reading. Now, in your person's actual energy here for the very end of August 2021, Aries, they have the Star, Strength, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Chariot. So I've got 3 major arcana cards out here and 2 minor arcana cards. Right smack in the middle of this spread is the Five of Swords, which is a painful situation. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. We'll cover that in a minute. This first card in your person's energy is usually the most important. It's the Star. This is Aquarius energy. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's card 17 of the Major Arcana, which is the card that comes immediately after card 16, the Tower. So you don't make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment first. So the Tower is when things come apart, when everything comes crashing down around your person. It's like a foundation rocking event. Some game-changing thing took place. Probably why they're heartbroken and sad. There could have been a breakup here, some final decision. They could be waiting on reconciliation, waiting to resurrect this connection with you and having the hope that this can be healed, that this can be put back together, that this can be brought back from the grave and brought back to life here. Now, the Star in a love reading can also indicate that your person is viewing you as a gift to them from the universe, that they're viewing you as the one for them. So let's clarify this Star, find out what's going on. Tell me more about the Star, please. What do we have? Got you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. This is Leo energy. Fives are conflict. Wands are about passion and desire. So this is a conflict in your person's desires, an internal conflict that they're going through, where a piece of them wants one thing, a piece of them wants some directly opposite thing, and they're pulling themselves in multiple directions at the same time, like having an internal battle of tug of war with themselves in terms of what they desire. We have the Empress right under that. This is the mother of the tarot deck. She represents all 4 queens rolled up into one person. Now, the Empress is perpetually pregnant, so she's what gives birth to new things. She's actually the gateway between the divine or the universe or spirit, source, and this physical 3D reality that we live in. So she's the gateway when things get manifested, when they get birthed into our reality. That all happens via the Empress here. So she represents the birth of something new. In this case, it's already looking like rebirthing something. Not as in a new beginning with a new person, but trying to rebirth something with you, trying to resurrect the situation, having the hope that this can be healed and put back together. Now, to clarify the Star, we have the Two of Swords, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Seven of Swords. We got a lot of swords out here already. Swords are typically not a good sign in a relationship reading. This Two of Swords is Libra energy. So I've got the 2 and the 3 of Swords. Both are Libra. This represents a decision needing to be made, only it's not being made, either because your person doesn't have enough information to make the decision, or there's something they can't see, hence that blindfold, or there's possibly something that they don't want to see, something that they don't want to look at, almost like being in denial about something, and that's stopping them from making a decision. No matter how you slice this, there's some decision needing to be made that hasn't been made, possibly because of some internal conflict your person is having, possibly because they're heartbroken and sad about it. The next card to clarify the Star is another card of reconciliation, the Three of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This is about being reunited and celebrating here. definitely have had some sort of a breakup. Definitely have. And your person is hoping that this can be healed, put back together, but they're waiting to make a decision about reconciliation, or this isn't even their decision. It could be your decision, and they're just hopeful that this can be healed and you guys can be reunited here. And then we got this Seven of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. So we're clarifying an Aquarius card. And now we've got some more Aquarius energy here. The Seven of Swords, typically not such a great energy. A lot of times this can represent trying to get away with something. Lying, cheating, stealing, sneaking around behind your back, deceptive behavior. It can represent any of those sneaky, shady type things. Now, it's not the only meaning. This can also represent self-preservation, as in not wanting to be hurt. The reason the guy on the card is stealing these 5 swords is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. He's trying to steal them to prevent them from being used against him so that he can't be hurt by those swords. Now, this is kind of bizarre. I'll get to that in a second. Another meaning to this can be leaving something behind. He can only carry 5 of those 7 swords, and he has to leave 2 swords behind because he can't carry this. So it can represent any of those things, but I don't know that I'm necessarily feeling sneaky, deceptive behavior yet, but the interesting thing is right in the center of their energy is this 5 of Swords, more Aquarius energy. It represents a painful situation, some sort of a conflict, and the guy on the card is stealing 5 swords, trying to remove the painful situation, trying to remove something's ability to hurt him, and he's leaving behind 2 swords. The 2 swords that are the very first clarifier out here for the star, that decision needing to be made. So it's almost like there was a painful thing going on, and I don't know if your person is trying to remove the painful thing and what's left behind is a decision about whether or not this can be healed. I get the strong impression that your person has been hurt. Clearly the overall energy is heartbreak and sadness. They're internally conflicted right now. I just don't think they want to be hurt again. Now the next card in your person's energy for the end of August 2021, Aries, is Strength, the Leo Major Arcana card. This is about tapping into their internal strength, they having the courage to face their fears. Anytime I see this card, it usually tells me that your person is going through a very difficult situation that's requiring them to dig down deep and tap into their inner strength in order to make it through. Another meaning to this card can be trying to tame the beast within, trying to rein themselves in, trying to hold themselves back, trying to not rush forward too quickly and do anything that might mess this situation up, that might mess up any chance they have of healing this connection, of being reunited with you here. Could be them trying to hold themselves back, trying to be a little bit patient here with this decision that needs made. Tell me more about Strength. Why is Strength here for Aries person at the end of August 2020? Clearly this is an important card. What do we got here? Well, normally I get 3 cards to clarify, and I just got 7 to clarify Strength. So that's over double what I would normally get. So clearly this Strength card is important. It's probably got all of those meanings I said. On the bottom of the deck we have the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. This is something happening that forces your person to go internal, to do some soul searching, to do some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation, shining the inner light they have down inside the shadows of themselves, inside the shadows of the situation. I said here in this 2 of Swords that it's possible that there's some information that they don't have yet, and that's causing them to not be able to make a decision. This could be them looking for that information. At the very least, something has forced this. People don't choose to go into hermit mode. Something happens and it puts you there. Usually a tower moment happens, and although I don't have the tower out here yet, I know that there has been a tower because I've got the star energy. You can't get to the star without going through the tower. Got some heartbreaking thing that's taking place here, and your person is trying to figure out what to do to move this forward. What's put them in hermit mode is this 3 of Swords. Again, that's the overall energy, heartbreak and sadness. sometimes from a third-party energy. It's entirely possible that this is representing sneaky, deceptive behavior. It's possible your person cheated on you, or got caught lying, or got caught doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. It's possible that, at least for some Aries people watching this, that's the other way around. It could be that the Aries person cheated on them and caused them a heartbreaking situation. You just have to take this however it resonates for you, because it's a general reading. But another piece of this hermit mode energy here, and this heartbreak that goes along with it, is this Nine of Swords, Gemini energy. This is fears, worries, anxiety. It's about thinking about something over and over and over again, with all this fear and worry and anxiety behind the thinking, and doing that to the point that it's got your person physically stressing out. And again, I said one of the meanings to this Two of Swords is it's possible that there's something that they don't want to see, something they don't want to look at, almost like they're in denial about something, and that's causing the indecisive energy, or the inability to make the decision. And if you notice the person on this card, they have their eyes covered, their hands are over their eyes. This is about not being willing to face the thing that they're afraid of, almost like they're in denial about something. I don't know what that is yet. Maybe I won't know what that is yet, but to clarify this Strength card, we have the Page of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Ten of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Hierophant. A lot of energy here to clarify strength. This difficult situation that your person is dealing with, that's put them in hermit mode, that's broken their heart. It's requiring a lot of internal strength. This could be them trying to have the courage to face their fears, to face this thing they don't want to look at, this thing that they don't want to see, that's preventing a decision from being made here. This Page of Cups, pages are messengers, so this represents news and messages of love and emotions. This can represent your person expressing their feelings to you. This can represent an apology even. So it's almost like there was some sneaky stuff going on that caused the heartbreaking situation. If your person did it, this could be them trying to have the strength to make an apology. This could just be them trying to rein themselves in from not expressing what they're feeling here, because what they're feeling is clearly not a good energy, not good in the least bit here. I've got some pretty heavy energy here. I feel like whatever happened caused a very serious loss to their home life. This Four of Wands is Aries energy. Fours represent stability. This would be stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. Now these four wands that hold up the canopy represent 1111, which is the number of manifestation. So typically this card is a celebration of manifesting something, like the thing that they wanted having finally appeared here in the physical 3D reality with so much stability behind it, it can be celebrated now. But this doesn't feel like that at all. This feels like something happened to destabilize this stability, this home life here, this connection. Next we have the Six of Swords, more Aquarius energy. So out of the minor arcana cards, the 5, 6, and 7 of Swords are all out here. Those are all the Aquarius minor arcana cards. I have an Aquarius major arcana card out here. I've seen a lot of Aquarius out here, a lot of Libra out here so far, a little bit of Cancer, a little bit of Virgo. This Six of Swords represents moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind and moving forward into calm, clear waters where there's more clarity, where your person is able to move forward toward what it is they actually want. At its core, this card is about moving away from some mentally or psychologically painful situation and moving forward toward what they actually want. But the woman and the child and all the swords stuck in this boat represent that even though they are trying to leave the past in the past and move forward, they're doing so carrying some lessons or some burdens along the way with them. Whatever that is, this is almost like moving away from the stability of the home life and the family life and of this connection. The next card here in the clarifiers is this Pisces energy of the Hanged Man. This is no forward movement, progress being halted, things being stagnant, being stuck, being at a standstill where things aren't progressing at all. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from different perspectives than he would normally look at things from, different points of view, different angles than he would normally look at things from. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment on something. He's trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. Very similar energy to this Hermit energy here. I've got both of them right here with, I'm looking at two cards about heartbreak and sadness, and a lot of fears, worries, and anxiety. So your person is definitely not in a good spot, and at least from where they sit, they're having to tap into a lot of internal strength because things have been destabilized and they feel everything is stuck right now. The next card we have is the Ten of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. This represents a heavy burden that your person is carrying here. Probably why I'm seeing the Strength card here, having to dig down deep and tap into their internal strength, trying to maintain the hope that this can be fixed, that you guys can be reunited and celebrate after whatever this is. I don't know if this is sneaky, deceptive behavior or lying, cheating, stealing, or if this is just your person has been hurt really, really bad and they don't want to be hurt anymore, and hence they're trying to rein themselves in and not necessarily express their feelings. It could be any of those things. No matter what, it's a very heavy burden. Now this is a 10, and in tarot 10s are completions, so this is the completion of some heavy burden. This is approaching the spot where your person can lay this burden down and then move forward without it. I think that's what they're actively trying to figure out right now. Page of Swords. Again, pages are messengers. This is the second page in this column of cards right here, so definitely communications, news and messages. This is also an energy of someone who's trying to figure something out, trying to learn something, trying to study something, do their due diligence to figure something out. Probably trying to figure out how to get themselves out of this tree, how to get everything unstuck, how to be able to put this burden down. Doing a lot of soul searching about how to get past this heartbreak and all the fears and worries that they're having, and probably to get towards this Hierophant type of an energy. This is Taurus energy. This is a card of commitment. It's about taking things to the next level from wherever they are right now. Usually this is a marriage card, but if we're in a situation where you guys are broken up, this is them trying to figure out how to get the commitment back. Now the next card in their energy for the end of August 2021, Aries, is this Five of Swords. Aquarius energy. This is, fives are conflict. So this is a conflict in thinking, a conflict in communication. So this could be having negative thoughts. Clearly they're having negative thoughts. They're heartbroken. They're stuck in their head. They're in hermit mode. They're having all these fears and worries here. Things are stuck. This could also be a conflict in communications, as in a fight, an argument, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut each other. This can just represent a painful situation that your person's going through. It could even represent all of those things. This can even be like an energy of a winning at all cost type mentality. Like someone here in this scenario could have been like, you know, I'm going to get what I want, and it doesn't really matter what you think about that or how you feel about that. The only thing important to me is that I get what I want. That can definitely lead to this kind of a Seven of Swords behavior here. Not sure that's what's going on. You just got to take it as it resonates. But let's clarify this Five of Swords for Aries person at the end of August 2021. Why is this Five of Swords here? Please, let's get two more on that. Okay, we're going to take 3 on that one. Must be a lot going on for your person because I keep getting extra cards. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. This, again, the mother of the tarot deck. All new things get birthed into our reality via the Empress because she's the gateway between the divine and the physical reality that we live in. So she represents the birth of something new. Can also represent rebirthing something here, as in trying to reconcile this situation, having the hope that it can be fixed, trying to resurrect it and call it back from the grave. I think that's what's going on. We have the Magician next. This is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. Someone who's got all the tools, abilities, resources, skills. He's got everything he needs to manifest or create from nothing whatever his will desires. He's got all 4 aces on the table in front of him. So this is about creating the world around you to be shaped the way that your will wants it to be. This tells me your person is actively trying to manifest, birthing something new, or rebirthing this connection with you. Yeah, it's about rebirthing the connection. We have the Knight of Cups next. Actions toward love and emotions. So even though there's this painful situation going on and they're heartbroken and it's requiring all this internal strength and courage, they're still trying to rebirth it. To clarify that 5 of Swords, I have the 7 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. The 7 of Pentacles is Taurus energy. This is about taking a pause to reflect and take stock of this whole situation, to take stock of the connection between the two of you. And what your person's doing is looking at these 7 seeds that have been planted between the two of you, and they're trying to decide, is this going to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that they actually want? Is this worth investing in? Is this worth reinvesting in? Is this worth committing all their time, effort, and energy to this? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not going to pan out the way that they want, and maybe it's time to cut my losses and move on? So this is that period of time where your person is pausing to reflect and contemplate those types of things. I see right in the center of these clarifiers for the Strength card, this energy of everything being stuck and there's no forward movement. We just saw the Hermit on the bottom. Your person is definitely contemplating whether this is worth it or not. Next we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This is a very grounded, stable, abundant, prosperous, nurturing type of an energy. It's a really similar energy to this Empress energy that's here. This has got a lot to do with stability. I've already seen the stability of the home life probably being disrupted here, stability of the connection coming apart. I'm feeling like this is how your person was viewing you, and they're trying to take stock in this to see if this is able to be put back together and become stable again. Next we have this 9 of Pentacles. This is the Singles card. This is with you, without you, or in spite of you. I'm single, abundant, and prosperous in my own right. I'm self-sufficient. I don't need someone to take care of me in this physical 3D reality because I kind of got that handled on my own. Now, just because they're showing up with this Singles energy, again, we're clarifying a painful situation. I don't feel for a second like they want to be single. I feel like that was kind of thrust upon them here. Final card we have to clarify that 5 of Swords is the Ace of Swords, the sword of victory, the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. This is also the sword you would use to make a decision with. We see this decision needing to be made that's not being made with this 2 of Swords. The word decision or decide, the root of that word, the Latin word those words come from, literally means to cut off, as in to cut off all other options. There's 2 options here that they can't make a decision on. Well, when you reduce it down to 1, when you cut off all options but 1, and you're left with only 1, that's how you make an actual decision. So this is the sword you would use to make a decision with. Again, right under the heartbreak and sadness in the overall energy is a final decision here with this Judgment card. Now this can also be an energy of like the sword you would use to sever a connection. We've got a painful situation. There's clearly been a breakup here. The person is in the Singles energy. This could just be that sword that was swung to sever things between the two of you. Or it could be them trying to make a decision that they haven't been able to make still. But the next card in their energy is the Queen of Wands. This is typically Aries or Leo energy here. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person who knows exactly what they want. They go after what they want with bold, passionate, fiery determination. Like the Queen of Wands knows what she wants, and she doesn't take no for an answer. She goes out and she gets what she wants. This is also someone who's really fun to be around, like the life of the party, someone who's sexy, vivacious, represents that there's a lot of passion from this person toward you. This is probably how they're viewing you. They were probably viewing you as this Empress, which is someone who is all 4 queens rolled into one. I've got 2 of those queens out here in their energy right now. Tell me more about this Queen of Wands, Aries person, please. Well, get 2 more on that, please. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician again. Again, the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. This is telling me that your person is actively trying to manifest something. They know what they want, and it's you. So we're moving from this indecisive energy and things being stuck and it being a heavy burden and them trying to figure out how to get the commitment back after this painful situation. They're going through this period of time where they're contemplating the stability, contemplating like whether or not they want to be single, trying to make a decision on that, trying to get some clarity on that, to now we're in an energy of them knowing what they want and them trying to manifest it here. 7 of Wands, this is Leo energy. This is about defending their position on something, defending their stance on something. This is about being willing to fight for what it is that they desire, fight for what they want, fight for this connection here. They're trying to manifest that. Empress, again, the birth of something new. They're trying to rebirth this connection with you. Have the 8 of Pentacles next, which is Virgo energy. This is a card of work. It's about putting in the work on something, putting in the time, the effort, the energy on something. We just saw this 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. The thing that gets you from this wondering if this is going to pan out to it actually panning out and the rewards being received, the thing that's missing in the middle is this work and putting in the work on something, putting in that time, effort, and energy. And we see that willingness to do that here. Knight of Cups next, actions toward love and emotion. So they're trying to manifest putting in the work on this. The first card in their energy is the most important card, having the hope that this can be healed and put back together. To clarify the Queen of Wands, I got the King of Wands, Judgment, and the 5 of Wands. So I've got all fire energy right here in this column. Judgment is a fire sign card. The King of Wands is either Sagittarius or Leo. We're clarifying the Queen of Wands, which is either Aries or Leo. And then I've got the 5 of Wands, which is Leo. So all fire right here. A lot of passion and desire. This King of Wands is the counterpart to the Queen of Wands. At least in terms of how your person is looking at this situation, they're viewing the 2 of you as counterparts, as a power couple. These are 2 cards that are supposed to be together, which represents 2 people who are probably supposed to be together, at least in terms of how your person is looking at it. They're viewing you as counterparts. Next we have Judgment, which again is right under this heartbreak and sadness in the overall energy of the reading. So I've got Judgment out here twice. Resurrection, trying to call something back from the grave, trying to bring it back to life, transform it in a way that's never going to be the same again. That does require a decision to be made. I've got the sword you would use to make the decision. I've got someone here trying to figure out what to do about this because things are stuck and it's a burden. And the very first clarifier out was the 2 of Swords, that decision needing to be made regarding reconciliation, and it just hasn't been made yet. This is them having all this passion and desire, viewing you as counterparts and wanting to resurrect this connection. That's what they're actively trying to manifest. They're trying to fight for this connection so that it can be reborn again. But then we've got this 5 of Wands. This is, again, 5s are conflict. We've already seen the conflict with the 5 of Swords. Now we've got the 5 of Wands, a conflict in their desires. A piece of them wants to resurrect this connection. A piece of them doesn't want to be hurt again. They don't want to go through the painful situation again. So I feel like they're, still at this stage where they're not completely done with contemplating whether this can be fixed or whether it's time to cut their losses and move on. I feel like one minute they think it can be fixed and the next minute they think it can't, which is probably contributing to like things being stuck and that being a burden here. But the final card in your person's energy for the very end of August 2021, Aries, is the Chariot. This is the Cancer Major Arcana card. Fastest moving energy in the tarot deck. This is about using the will to move forward past any problems or challenges or obstacles from the past. Using the will to get by all that stuff so that they can move forward very quickly in success and victory. So we're going directly here from things being stuck with no forward movement at all to the fastest moving energy in the deck. That seems very conflicted. Again, internal conflict here. It's like 1 minute they feel like it's completely stuck. The next minute we can get past all of this and move forward. I'm not sure they know what's going on. Tell me more about the Chariot, please. Why is the Chariot here for Aries romantic person of interest at the end of August 2021? Well, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician again. So them trying to actively manifest moving this forward very quickly, getting past the problems and challenges and moving forward toward what they want. What they want is this Knight of Cups, this actions toward love and emotions, romantic gestures, love offer coming in. Putting in the work on moving this forward, on taking these romantic actions toward you. That's what they're trying to manifest, and they're trying to do it quickly. To clarify the Chariot, we have the 8 of Wands, the Fool, the 6 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So wow, this is crazy. The Chariot is the fastest energy in the tarot deck. The second fastest energy is this 8 of Wands, the very first clarifier. The third fastest energy is the Knight of Swords, the fastest knight in the deck. I've got all 3 of the top 3 fastest energies in the tarot right here in this same column. This 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. This is rapid back and forth passionate communication, rapid forward movement, rapid forward progress on something they have a lot of passion and desire for. Both of these cards can indicate travel. I don't know if that has any bearing on your situation, but I felt like I was supposed to say that, so I did. This can also be a lot of energy coming at your person all at one time, like trying to take a drink out of a fire hose. It's something that will knock you on your ass if you're not careful. Definitely trying to move things forward quickly. Then we have the Fool. Very first card of the Major Arcana, very first card of the tarot deck. It's card 0 of the Major Arcana. That 0 represents absolutely nothing and the potential for everything all at the same time. This is about throwing caution to the wind and just saying, screw it, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna jump off the cliff and figure out how to grow wings on the way down. It's about not needing to know what all the steps are from beginning to end before they take the first step, not needing to know what the outcome is going to be before they take the first step. It's just going for it and having the blind faith that it's going to work. 6 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. This is the card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be. This can represent someone from the past making a comeback. This is usually a very deep emotional connection between two people here, at least in terms of how your person's viewing it. We see the counterparts of the King and Queen of Wands here, and all this desire, all this passion, all this want to resurrect it, all this outward manifestation of trying to offer the cup of love and manifest things, trying to heal the situation, trying to be reconciled here, bring the two of you back together. They're doing a lot of thinking about the past. Then we have this Knight of Swords. Again, fastest moving knight in the deck. This is about rushing forward and speaking the truth on something. It's about rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action. The very first clarifier is this Libra energy of a decision needing to be made, only it's not being made, and that's holding things up. The very last clarifier is this rapid, decisive action. So whatever it was that they were contemplating, whatever it was that had things frozen and stuck, and them in this Page of Swords energy of trying to figure out what to do. We see the clarity coming in here in the very center of the reading, the ability to make a decision. I've got Judgment out here twice, some final decision, possibly about resurrecting this connection. And then we go from this internally conflicted energy into the 3 fastest moving energies in the deck. This saying, screw it, based on the past, I'm taking the leap of faith, and I'm making some rapid, decisive action in your direction. Now, if you still have questions that you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Aries love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.